I think that listening is the absolute foundation to communicating in a way that builds relationships with people. And I think that building relationships with people is essential for how we create organizations that actually interact, know how to work with each other, and work toward a common goal. So this idea of listening to build relationships, to me, is key. I think particularly leaders need to know how to listen in a way that many are not taught, because we're taught to have answers. We're taught to make quick decisions and good decisions. We're taught to tell, not so much to ask, and we're taught to find solutions, and we're reinforced for that. We're often quite reinforced for having those skills. It's not that those skills aren't important, because they really are, and they're needed, but I think that leaders, as we gain more responsibility in an organization, I think that we need to know how to use a different muscle, and that's sort of a muscle of being willing to open to considering that others in the organization might contribute in a way that we can't, because now we have other responsibilities. Now sometimes we have to look at a bigger picture. We have to connect more with the outside world. And we need to invite those people to move into that space that we have been taking up with our ability to tell and to produce. So I think I think of it as sort of a muscle that leaders need to develop and build. And I think in terms of how any of us interacts with the world outside of our organizations, particularly in the cultural arts, I think that a lot of what the arts is about is listening to people's stories and really wanting to know something about their perspective so that we can reflect it back to them. And that can't happen unless we're willing to listen, we're willing to hear new ideas. And I think a very important piece of this that doesn't get talked about so much is the humility or the humbleness that's required of leaders who need to sort of acknowledge that our world might be changed by hearing somebody else's perspective or somebody else's idea. So there's that notion of, I may not have all of the answers or all of the information that I need. And allowing ourselves to feel that, rather than being concerned that somehow if we don't come up with a solution or we don't have that knowledge at hand, we're not going to look very good. So it's really a different mindset of being open to hearing others' ideas and others' perspectives and others' stories.